Okay, Nathan.
Yeah.
When we started, what were we running into? What was your challenges you running into?
Main challenge was getting down into the bottom position of the deadlift. Feel like as I gained a little bit of weight over the past 6 or 8 months, it was a little bit more difficult for me to get down there and feel comfortable. Seemed to be a lack of mobility around the hips and the hamstrings. Just kind of was real tight down at the bottom. It's maybe impeding my ability to pull as much and then deadlift.
And what was there anything specific that was holding you back from reaching that goal of getting that?
I'd say mainly mobility and just feeling really strong in the bottom position and getting into a place where I could produce the most power, I guess, for the lift.
And what was the frustration?
I guess it's just frustrating because my squat is really strong. I think I'm built to squat more so, and so I feel like my deadlift should have been a little bit higher, keeping up with my squat. And so it's just frustrating not being able to pull as heavy as I should be able to for my body weight, and like correlated to my other lifts, like it should have been a little bit higher. Felt like mobility was holding me back there.
And before we started this 8-week case study, what was your perception of me and the concept that we were going into?
Pretty foreign to me. I'm really not familiar with your stuff in the past. I've not really been exposed to it. You did a one-day seminar where you showed us some stuff that we could do at home that was similar to the stuff that you do, but kind of like a dumbed-down version of it. So I really didn't know what to think initially. I was kind of skeptical of something that wasn't painful or stretchy type thing, or it wasn't just real invasive and painful, really making a change, a lasting change. And so I was kind of skeptical at start now.
And what changes? How was your perception changed as we went through the...
I guess over the course of the first few sessions where we were working on the hips mostly, I noticed a huge difference just immediately. As soon as the sessions were over, my squat was just a lot more open. The hips, I think I did a squat in one of the videos. I was just extremely upright and just felt no impediment of getting down there and being in a good position. Just the hips is where I really noticed it initially. Just big change.
And what changed most for you? What was the biggest change that you saw?
I would say the hips, just loosening up the hamstrings and different musculature around there to make that squat feel a lot better. And then my deadlift, as a result of that, felt a lot better. The deadlift doesn't require as big of a range of motion as the squat, so it affected my squat that greatly, and it transferred over to the deadlift startup quite a bit.
There were 3 areas that we were looking at. One was the actual weight that you were moving, one the position of the weight, and the third one was the just general comfort, how your body felt. Is there anything you'd like to share on those 3 areas?
Comfort as in while I was on the table or while I was deadlift, like
just moving around in your life.
Yeah, I mean, didn't really. The day of, like when I get worked on with you, would just feel a lot more relaxed and kind of at ease. Things would be kind of just flowing a little bit better, and I think it would carry over that whole day into the next day and stuff. And the hips would definitely stay. That change definitely lasted. So yeah, what was the question?
Nice. And you did a PR.
Yeah, I ended up, I think earlier on when we first started, or maybe even a week or 2 beforehand, I had pulled 475 in my deadlift, and then without really changing up a whole lot, we did a huge back off, a big deload, and coupled with your stuff, and I had like a 25-pound PR on my deadlift, pulled 500, and it was pretty easy. I feel like I could do more, but it just took so much out of me I couldn't attempt a heavier weight after that. But yeah, I feel like 550 is right around the corner for sure.
Nice. Were there any other goals that you got help with, or challenges that you got help with that you didn't plan on?
I guess just over the course of training in general, you'll have little nicks and dings here and there. And so I started having a little bit of tendonitis in the knee and just little kind of tightness around my elbow. I had bicep tendonitis in the past that was kind of slightly flared up. So just kind of managing those and working on those while I was lifting so I can continue to train. It helped out so I wouldn't have to back off considerably. I could continue to train and then use your stuff to help manage that, and so it didn't get out of hand and keep me from training.
And how was my program, how was my approach with this case study different from other approaches that you worked with before?
I would say just the type of therapy you do in general is less invasive, less pain and tension causing. You really, while you're on the table, I mean, I pretty much would take a nap almost and just let you do your work, and I felt no discomfort at any time while you were working on me, and yet change was still occurring, and I was becoming more open, and there was increased flexibility and mobility, but there was no tension or discomfort or pain involved in that. And so everything I do in weightlifting and static stretching, other stuff like that, is very not necessarily pain, but just a lot of discomfort. You've got to put your body through a little bit of discomfort in order for it to, the stress, that discomfort, to change you and make you stronger and more flexible, whatever. But there was really no discomfort with your type of therapy.
And would you recommend this program to other people?
I would. I think it's a good thing to try. It's a tool in the tool belt for working on your own sort of things that get in your way of being able to train as effectively as you want. I think it's something that's definitely worth giving a try for sure. I suggested it to a couple of people that I train who were having some issues, that we were using PNF stretching, different stuff, just things that I can do, not necessarily that a professional like a physical therapist or massage therapist would do, but just kind of things that I do with them, and I would suggest that they try your stuff and see what kind of change that they can get out of that for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you.
Thank you.